Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide. Tre punti, all your W's, whatever you want to call it, throw it up. Throw it up because we have recorded our first victory in Serie A in 3 fixtures since we beat Torino, if I'm not mistaken. It was warranted. We needed a win above anything. We needed a win above a big performance. We needed above a win of a dominating match and controlling possession. We needed a win above anything else, and that is exactly what we have got. Welcome back to Post Partita, our second episode of the season, and it's enjoyable to do it once again after a better result than last time, because last time we did this, we lost 3-1 to Udinese, and it was very pessimistic, and it was titled, is change needed? Now, I know that there are still elements of change that are needed in this club. I'm not denying that for a second, but, I've said this in other videos and I'll keep saying it. Simone Inzaghi was dealt a harsh hand when he came into this club. He had his resources cut from underneath him in a system that would have thrived with the 2 resources that were sold. On top of that, his most creative player in midfield suffered a godlike unfortunate incident at the Euros. I think that Inzaghi is still doing an amazing job, and that's why the first part of this video, the first segment, is about the Inzaghi recovery in the last week and a half. I think our manager has done exceptionally well to rise above the media and the speculation and also the pressure for him to keep starting an already finished captain, Samir Handanovic, in goals. It was a ballsy move from Inzaghi to pull the plug on our captain for this match. It was a ballsy move to not start Gagliardini, and that's why we're going to segue into the next point, which is big ups to Inzaghi for starting the likes of Andre Onana and Christian Aslani. And Onana played very well again. He had a couple of tough shots to face, but he made them look easy. He had a few easy shots to face, and he made sure that they looked easy. There is no reason, there is no logic to drop this guy ever for Handanovic. Unless Onana is injured, you don't drop him. I don't want to hear this rest and rotation for a goalkeeper. I don't want to hear it. If Samir Handanovic can play 3,050 games under his belt in a row, I'm sure Andre Onana can string 3 or 4 together. I do not want to see Samir Handanovic start again, unless it is in a Coppa Italia match, or in a match that rotation is so heavy that the inferior match is the one that puts Handanovic in. E.g., imagine we go to play Barcelona, or Bayern Munich, or God forbid we get to the round of 16, and there's a Serie A game 2 or 3 days before that. Maybe you want to chuck Handanovic there. Bottom line, he is the number 2 now. That's what needs to be known, and he should only be on the pitch if Onana is literally not up to scratch health-wise. And that segues into a next incident for Inzaghi and his man management, and that is the yellow cards. The yellow cards. What is it with this guy and his yellow card fear? Is he ever going to let a player play through a yellow card? Because as of now, every time someone gets a card, what's going to go through their head, guys? Is their day over? Is their match over? You commit a foul early in the game. Do you know for a fact that you're coming out before minute 50? It doesn't boast well for the confidence. Others might argue that it might force players to step up a little bit, but we all know for a fact that players are very much reserved when they are shown the sunshine. Okay? Because they don't want to face the fire. You get burnt a little bit, but you don't want to burn. Not completely. And unfortunately, Inzaghi has absolutely no faith in the first not becoming the second. We'll continue to monitor that situation, as well as we will continue to monitor the rotating centre-back situation. I've never seen a manager rotate centre-backs like this. So we'll see where it goes from there. The next one, the players' output. The output of the players is very important at the moment. We saw lackluster display against Sassuolo. We saw a lack of trying on the most part for a lot of the players, in my opinion. They looked fatigued, they looked tired, they were looking like they just waited for a moment of class to bail them out. And that's what it took against Sassuolo. 2 moments of Edin Dzeko to bail us out. I think that the reservations of some players have begun to get a little comfortable. Toro, new contract. Brozovic, new contract. Barella, new contract. Bastoni, new contract. These 4 players, you cannot deny in the slightest, are underperforming. They are underperforming. All of them are performing at a below average level. So the players need to be better. and they just need to work harder because Simone Inzaghi can't kick the ball on the pitch. He can't pass the ball to one another. And I just think we're seeing too many performances where the players need to do more. They just need to do more. They hang their heads too quickly. And, the match against Sassuolo, it probably could have ended 1-1, the same way Lecce could have ended 1-1, the same way Torino could have ended 0-0. Now, I know if ands or buts, it is what it is, but at the moment, we need to just be better. Because today, we weren't good enough. Not to be comfortable. We were good enough to say that we got the win. But that Sassuolo team, let's just remember, no Berardi, no Hamad Traore, no Raspadori from last season, no Scamacca from last season. Their 4 biggest goal threats not playing yesterday. But hey, at least Pinamonti didn't score, right? Next one. When are we going to see Romelu Lukaku return? We need him bad. Even if his output on the pitch is only going to be a fraction of what it was under Antonio Conte, we cannot expect Eden Dzeko to keep clocking those minutes. Lautaro Martinez is tired. Joaquin Correa is horrendous. Unfit. A bit of a fancy pants. Yeah, I'll say it. I don't care. Prove me wrong. Prove that you can turn in any direction. Prove that you can play 3 games starting under your belt. Paid 31 million for you. For glorified cameos. For glorified cameos. We don't need to spend $31 million for glorified cameos. Satriano can do what you can do. Pinamonti can do what you can do. I can handpick 25 attackers in Serie A that cost 10 times less than you do, that do more than you do. Joaquin Correa, you're on my hit list, man. I'm not impressed whatsoever. I don't want to see you here next season, even though I know for the fact we're trapped with you for at least another 1 or 2. Last but not least, where do we stand? Where do we go forward from here? So at the moment, we are 7th in the league. I believe we are 5 points off the pace. Napoli have 1 game in hand, so we could be anywhere to 7 to 8 points behind once again. We're 5 behind Milan, who got a fantastic 2-0 win against Juve, although Juve were more bad than I think Milan were good. But that leaves us in a position now where we know that we can go and face Salernitana. At the very convenient, painful time emotionally if we don't win, 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday here in Sydney, Australia. But if we get that win, then we've put together a couple of wins back-to-back in Serie A, and that should be able to propel us forward into narrowing in on a comfortable top 4 spot. That's what I want for this season. I want a comfortable top 4 finish in Serie A and a deep run in the Coppa Italia and to make it to the knockouts in the Champions League. Speaking of the Champions League, that's where we end this video. We go to the Camp Nou in about 4 days' time, 3 days' time, wherever you are. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be rough. The perception of the world, and especially in Catalonia, is that we got the rub of the green big time in the match at the San Siro, meaning that we are playing 12, 13, 14 players in this game. We're playing the refs. We're playing the ref on the field, the linesman, the VAR, everybody. If Inter come away from the Camp Nou with a point, it will feel like a win. So let's just put all our faith, all our support behind the squad, behind the gang, and let's hope that they can pull it out. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this post-partita. Not as much of a cameo from Big Vince, but he's occupied digging up a bone or just walking around or doing something. But we're going to be back after the fixtures. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to the new channel members as well. And be sure to check out all of our content coming back starting as soon as probably tomorrow. My name was Anthony. Ciao ragazzi.